Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about formatting images in Microsoft Word. So this is a demonstration document I've got up here. So we want to insert our first image. So what you need to do is place your cursor where you want your image in your document. So let's say I want to put my image in between these two paragraphs. Just place my cursor there, go to Insert, Picture, click on the drop down and select Picture from File. Select the picture you want and click Insert. Now this is what normally happens, is that your picture will spread across your page and it won't look anywhere near what you'd like it to look like amongst your text. So the first thing you need to do is to correct the wrapping around this image, because at the moment you won't be able to move it. You will be able to resize it, but we need to sort out the wrapping. So make sure the image is selected, go to Picture Format and go over to Wrap Text. Click on the drop down and here you have a number of different options. Now they're fairly self-explanatory. So square and tight are very much the same, where the text will go around the image. So if I click on tight and reduce the size of the image, you can see the text will work itself around the image. Now in terms of resizing, you can see I grabbed the corner. If you grab the corner, your image will stay the same ratio. And by that I mean if I grab the side and pull, you can see now I'm stretching the image and the flower is distorted. So if you grab the corners, it means that your image won't be distorted, and that's particularly applicable when you've got pictures of people, because obviously you don't want to stretch their faces. In addition to this, you can see as I move this around, the text is very, very close to the edge of my image. Now the way to change that is to select it and go back up to Wrap Text and click on the drop down. Then go all the way down to More Layout Options, and then at the bottom here you can see it says Distance from Text, and you can adjust the top, the bottom, the left and the right. So let's say, for example, let's just put 1 centimetre everywhere, left and right, click OK, and you can say now we've got a much wider margin around the image, leaving a lot more space. You don't have to do 1 centimetre, but again, that's completely personal choice. So now we've got our image inserted, you might want to crop this image. Now cropping images is really easy and really versatile. So select your image, go to Picture Format and go over here to the Crop tool. If you click on the drop down, you have a number of different options. First of all, you can just go to Ordinary Crop. So if you select Crop, these black markers will appear around the outside of your picture, and then you can grab the edges if you want to make the picture a little more square, or you can grab the corner, keep the ratio and make the picture smaller in that way. Once you're happy, just press the Enter key and it will crop your image beautifully. In addition to that, we can go to Crop Image and we can crop it to a shape. So if we go to Crop Shape and pick a circle, you can crop it to a circle. Now you can see that this isn't quite a circle, and the reason for that is because the original image wasn't a perfect square. So let's just go back one step, go to the Crop tool, and this time go to Aspect Ratio. Down the side here you can see there are a number of different options where you can crop your images to certain sizes. So I'm going to select Square. You can see I've immediately got these markers and the square element selected. I can move the picture left and right, but if I pop the flower roughly in the middle and press Enter, it is now a perfect square. Now if I go up to the Crop and to Crop Shape, now if I go to the circle, it's now a perfect circle. Alternatively, we can pick alternative shapes such as a triangle, heart shapes, and so on and so forth. So let's just go back to a regular square so you can see how that particular crop tool works. If you want to picture a particular size, select it, go to Picture Format, and over here you can see the height and width. This is checked here, which means that if I select the top one and change the dimensions to 6, If I just press enter, this means it will keep the original ratio and it will crop it to 6 down here as well. If this was a 2:4 or 5:6, it will keep the exact ratio if you check this box here. If you don't, it will simply change the height and the width will remain the same and your picture will be distorted. So make sure this bit here is checked. What this does allow you to do, for example, if you wanted to insert some graphics, go to shapes and click on the square. If I was to draw a shape, I can then adjust this up here to 6 and 6, check this box, click enter, and it will ensure my shape is exactly the same size as my image. This shape has actually got a borderline around it, which if you select it, you can just go up here to outline and take it off, and it will be the exact same size as your picture. Now, if you wanted to add additional elements to this picture, such as borders and shadows, just select it, go to picture format and all the way over here to format pane. Format pane here gives you a huge amount of different options to add to your image. So for this demonstration, I'm simply going to show you shadow. Click on the drop down here. Apologies, you can't see all the shadows, but let's say we click on this one here. You can see a small shadow has appeared on my image. That is fully customizable by using these sliders. So if I increase the blur, you can see what happens. The angle, I can completely move that shadow around. The distance away from my picture. If I take the blur right down, you can see it's got a very sharp edge on it. Transparency you can change as well. And also the size. So this element here is very, very versatile and presents you with lots of customization tools. So let's just take the shadow off. At the top here it says no shadow. Reflections, very simply, pop a reflection on and you can see down here. Again, we've got all of these sliders which you can utilize to customize it. Let's just take that off. Glow edges, very self-explanatory. Again, using those sliders, you can put all those edges around. Same with soft edges, and you can blur out the edges of your image. 3D is a little bit more complicated, but you can just simply play around with these. Let's say I click this one, deselect it, you can see it gives it a kind of framing effect around the edge. 3D rotation, you can just rotate your image. If I click on a drop down and just click on one of those for an example, you can see how that works. Again, you can play around with all of these different tools. Finally, your artistic effects here. Click on the drop down. And again, apologies you can't see it all, but let's just click on this one here. And you can have lots of different effects for your image. In addition, if you go up to fill, you can go down to line here, create a solid line around the outside, which you can't quite see at the moment. Let's change the color to a pink color. And then if I increase the width, and deselect, you can see that is your borderline around the edge of an image. So select it again, go to the bucket. At the moment, my corners are rounded, but if I select mitre, you can see they're now square. So let me just zoom in. This corner here is now very sharp. If I select rounded, you can see that edge there has just been rounded off. The width here, you can play around with the increase and decrease tool here. Transparency, once again, works in the same way. And your color choices here, again, you can pick whichever color you like. If you want to match colors, go down to more colors, and then you can simply move this little cursor around and choose a color of your choice. Alternatively, you can use the eyedropper tool, move it over your image, click on a colour, colour comes up here, click OK, and your border will be the same colour tone as your original image. If you want to add further images and align them, let's just take off the borderline, just click no line, deselect your image, insert another picture, click insert. Once again, go to wrap text and we'll choose tight. Then we'll just reduce the size of it and move it down. So let's say we want one image on top of the other, but we want them the same size. Select the bottom image, go to picture format, go to crop, aspect ratio 1:1, select whereabouts you want your image within the black markers, press enter, go back up to the top here where it says height, click on 6. It's already checked, so you don't have to change this figure here, and press enter. Then we can simply move it along to here. But what you can do is to make sure they're perfectly lined up, select this image here, hold down the Command or Control key, select the image above, go to Align and select Align to Center, and it will make sure that these boxes are all perfectly lined up. What you can then do is you can go to Group, select Group, and now these two images can be moved together throughout your document, so you don't have to recreate the spacing every single time you move them. To ungroup, just go to Group and select Ungroup, and what you can see here is the text moving in here, and that's because on this one here the wrapping hasn't been changed to the same one as this one. So you can go back to picture format, wrap text, more layout options, and then let's just check 1 centimeter for everything in this one and click OK. And now it's got rid of that sentence which was moving in between the two images. If you want to move these images on top of each other like this, you can do so and create a shadow if you want to. But if you want to put this one underneath this one, select it, go to picture format, and you can go to these two elements here that act a little bit like layers. So if you want to send it to the back, click on send backwards, send to back, and you can see now that one's at the back and this one is at the front. And you can do that with as many images as you want, moving them backwards and forwards over the top of each other. Finally, if you want to equally space images out, so let me just copy this image at the top, bring it down to the bottom. If I wanted to perfectly line up these images, you can see they're off at the moment, then I need to select them all, go to picture format, align, select distribute vertically. That will pop an equal space between each of these images, align, align to center, and it will perfectly line them up. Go to group, select group, and now they're all one group. You can see we've got that tiny issue as we had last time, but you can either prevent that by moving the spaces together a little more, or by going up to the wrap text, more layout options, and just making sure that all of those are at 1 centimeter. Click OK, and then you'll get the perfect alignment with the text. If you want to add a tag or a comment to any of these images, just select the image, go to References, go to Insert Caption. You can see at the moment it says Figure 1. We can just extend that by putting in flower, and then just click OK, and you can see at the bottom here we've got that Figure 1. Now sadly, if I move this image, you can see it doesn't follow my image. So if you select the caption, hold down your Command or Control key, select the image, go to Shape Format, go to Group and select Group. Now it will move all as one image. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.